Hello, all. I think it's comical, like the news is on right now. And it's like when I listen to it, it's just so funny because I can just like pick up on things. I can indeed. A lot of times everybody already has an inner knowing. They're just choosing not to face the facts, see the reality that's literally smacking them in the face. I did that for 40 years as well. Went against my discernment, my intuition, my knowing. When it comes to just people in general, circumstances, and it's crazy because it came to me when I was watching the news. When you start walking in your freedom of who you are, freedom of your individuality, freedom of thinking how you think, conveying how you convey, vocalizing, advocating, not only for yourself, but for others. They don't want us to walk in freedom. They want us to walk in chains for entertainment purposes only. Clearly. And why do you think God, the Most High, the Divine, strategically set up my entire purpose and testimony the way that He did? To show everybody that they are not in control, I am not in control, He is in control. And everything that has been sent to me or been bestowed onto me hasn't worked. It's only built me. It's only forged me. It's only strengthened me in every facet possible, whether it's knowledge, perseverance, resilience, knowing, intuition, discernment, being able to have foresight, clairvoyance, and you have to ask yourself, you have the ability for all those things too. You're just choosing not to because you're allowing your ego, your flesh, and your pride to dictate your moves. God uses everything in front of you for a specific reason. A specific reason, a specific calling, a specific purpose. Everything in your life, every single thing, down to the nook and cranny. And it's up to you what you do with it. And I can promise you, if you always choose to walk with gratitude, humility, humbleness, forgiveness, not only for yourself, but for others, and you walk in silence and just observe, God handles the rest. He does. Just like He is right now. There's many in my testimony and my purpose that I like to think they have the upper hand, but they surely don't. And they're projecting and deflecting out into the world as if it's not happening when it is. And their life is crumbling from the inside. And I hate that. I remember living in a body as if you had no idea who you were and what you stand on. You were just literally a puppet on strings. And I feel so blessed that I'm not that anymore. You'll never control my strings. You'll never tell me who I can be. 333 on the clock. You'll never tell me who I can be. Whether you censor me is a little big. Censor me. Keep silencing me. Keep misusing the justice system unlawfully and say that you stand behind your badge with honor. How does one do that exactly? You take an oath from the tippity top, but yet you allow your ego, your power to control your moves and your decision making. That's all it is. I was just listening to some snippets of different things that Trump says. And again, I voted for Trump. I absolutely, I love him. Same thing for DeSantis. I'm just extremely disheartened how my government has went against me. And not only me, just others. All of us, really. All of us. And it's sad. But it's like, it came to me when I was listening to this clip, and I'm gonna 444. Dang, I'm clocking these numbers, man. The jets were just flying, birds were, buddy, man. The spirit is with me. Nobody can tell me otherwise. But I thought to myself when I was listening to a clip it, I thought to myself, golly, you know what happens a lot of the times? Again, for entertainment purposes, my perspectives, my beliefs, my perceptions, just take away with what resonates, and leave the rest. You know, you don't have to watch me and you don't have to like me, and that's okay. You know, I respect you. But I was listening to some of his clippets of, you know, him talking in interviews and stuff like that. And I thought to myself, you know what the biggest problem is we as individuals, we come up with a plan, a strategic plan inside of our heads, thinking that this is the way in our mind that's going to bring us that victory, that power, that solution. But when you come up with this plan in your head, you have to ask yourself, is this my plan or is this God's plan? There's a big difference, you see, and I think a lot of people get misguided because they think their plan is God's plan. And really, it's not. It's your ego and your flesh and your pride and greed and power leading your plan. And if your plan that you're focusing on in whatever you're doing, take it from the top to the bottom to everybody. If your plan that you're working on strategically goes against the 10 commandments, and you're not leading with humility, humbleness, unconditional love, being non-judgmental, you're not leading with God's plan. It's not God's plan. Hands down, 100%, it's not. And see, that's what's happening, and I see it all over when I watch these news, you know, snippets and what they're talking about and the interviews and what he says. And all I just see is like tunnel vision, ego planned. And although in his mind he thinks it's God's plan, it's really not. You know, it's the planes. It's not. Anything being led by your own personal gain, your own personal knowing, is not. You have to ask yourself, are you working for the greater good of everybody collectively as humanity as one? And anything going into it with fight and war and bloodshed and all that, I just don't see how that would be God-driven. And I really hate the fact that they're turning things biblical. They're just weaponizing. You gotta stop with it. You gotta stop. Quit weaponizing God. Quit. It's not right what we're doing. It's not right at all. Quit weaponizing me and quit weaponizing God. Seriously. I hope everybody has a good day. I have to work today. We'll see what kind of fun things I got ahead of me. It's always exciting. You know? I love you guys. Have a great day. Thank you for all the love and support. I appreciate you. We're in this together. Trust the process. God's got you. That's what I got on my calendar. Love you guys. Have a great day.